When Nigeria's quietest billionaire, Alhaji Aminu Dantata, passed on, few imagined the sheer scale of the empire he left behind. But what is now coming to light has turned even the wealthiest elites. Though he lived far from the limelight, his financial footprint touches nearly every corner of the Nigerian economy, from oil and gas to real estate, aviation, and banking. 1. Dantata had 61 billion naira in cash. At the time of his passing, record revealed he had over 61 trillion naira in cash alone. Forget assets, land, or stock. Dantata left behind 61 trillion naira in liquid cash spread across Nigerian and international banks. That is enough to pay off a chunk of Nigerian national debt, fund thousands of schools, roads, and hospitals, stabilize a national economy, and still remain. He didn't flaunt it. He chose simplicity. No social media flaunting, no liquid convoy. 2. Dantata owned 800 petrol stations no one knew he owned. Under multiple names and brands, 800 fuel stations nationwide were quietly owned by Dantata. You probably bought fuel from one of them and never knew. That was his style. Silent ownership, loud impact. 3. In real estate, Dantata dominated. He had over 2,000 properties. In Kano alone, he owned 500 houses, 1,200 fence plots. Across other cities and abroad, another 320 properties are now under his estate. He wasn't just building wealth, he was building generational security. 4. Dantata had garages filled with valued 400 vehicles. His garage wasn't just about luxury, it was business. He maintained a fleet of over 400 vehicles. Dantata's family confirmed 280 vehicles were in daily use across his businesses. Another 120 were simply parked, waiting for deployment or sale. From luxury SUVs to heavy-duty logistic trucks, this was another quiet stream of billions. 5. Dantata had 30 trillion naira in shares, described as the invisible power. The business mogul held stakes worth over 30 trillion naira in major Nigerian and international companies, spanning sectors like banking, oil and gas, telecom, and agriculture. These shares continue to yield influence and dividends across Africa's financial corridor. 6. Dantata has been a jet owner since 1967. In an old interview, he once said, "I bought my first private jet in 1967 for $120,000. At that, he had 10 private jets, each worth over 1 billion naira. Not for show, but to power the speed of business." 7. Dantata's legacy beyond money. He is survived by 4 wives, more than 45 children, and over 150 grandchildren. Through jobs, education, mentorship, and charity, Alhaji Aminu Dantata uplifted lives, not just his families, but Nigerians. 8. The lesson Dantata left behind. This wasn't just wealth, it was vision, discipline, and generational planning. What to learn from this is as follows. Patience pays. Humility speaks louder than noise. Diversify. Land, cash, stocks, and people. 9. Dantata's legacies of quiet empire that touched us all. If you ever bought fuel, lived in a rented house, walked into a school or business funded by Nigerian hands, chances are you felt his silent impact. True wealth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it works quietly, steadily, and forever. Dennis Obudian, reporting for VOS TV.